Alright, here we go. Time to learn of our fate. Are we gonna make it big or get big roasted? Oh, that's not looking good already. We got Barrett and Tifa. I do not like the sounds of that at all. Oh no! This is not looking good. Please, something with a lot of materia slots. I got the Power Soul? Alright. I mean, I feel like I can't complain, but at the same time, I kind of want to complain. Okay, oh, yes! 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 Fire Armlet. What a beautiful time to draw that. Not only is the Fire Armlet godlike, but it's the item to get for this fight because of its fire absorb. Oh, and Barrett drew the wizard bracelet. Dude, we're in there. Schizo down. Platinum bangle. That's gonna be a yikes on Tifa. White cape. Useless. Protect vest. Useless for this fight. Oh, yes! Tifa got the fire ring. Let's go. Alright. Things are happening. Alright. We don't have a ton of slots, but Barrett's stacked, so hopefully Barrett brings it in the clutch here. We just need some healing. Just enemy skill or restore. Or even life would be okay. Of course we start off with Chocomog. For some reason, Chocomog just has to be in. Transform, that's useless. Odin, that's kinda useless. Yes! We got enemy skill! Yes! This fight is gonna be possible. Magic Plus, good start. Kajata, useless for this fight. But gives me stats. Manipulate, useless. Comet, definitely not useless. I got Magic Plus and Comet? Dude. Luck be a lady, tonight. And I got Restore! This is the luckiest roll ever. I can't believe this. Counterattack. Finally, we get some luck on our side. Oh, whoops, I missed. What did I miss? Did I just skip this? I just skipped this. 13. No, I didn't skip 13. Which one did I skip? 20. 28. Long range. Long range on Barrett. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. 36, 8. Seal. And heal. Not bad, not bad. Ultimate Gamer, how's it going, my man? Thanks for the host. All. Good start, good start. We got all. We got elemental. Great start, great start. Do we do 23 yet? No. Throw. 33 is Bahamut. We got Bahamut. Not bad. I mean, I don't think she has much magic stat, but... Wow, we are stacked. We are absolutely stacked. Super luck. What is... Does Cloud have any magic? No. Man, finally, some luck goes our way. Just in the nick of time, too, because I was worried about Schizo. Just because he has a death move. He has 2 death moves. Each time you kill a head, it does that big electric death move. And if you don't have any restore, it can be really hard to get through that because you got to find a way to heal in between the death moves. And if you don't have any healing whatsoever, then you're just forced to take that damage. So you'd have to just have enough health to survive it. But I mean, we got Restore, we got White Wind, I got Big Guard if I want, like, we're in there. I'm going back to do this Icicle because my roll was so bad that I couldn't do this Icicle before. Oh, you're right, I never did get Magic Hammer. I meant to, and then I didn't. Because I was going to do Wutai, and then Wutai didn't turn out so hot. So... I wish I could get to the world map. Right now, I'd go do Wutai with this incredible roll. Well, I guess I would get my materia stolen anyways, so it wouldn't really go that well, but... I need to do it when I have Yuffie. Or I know, I guess I can't have Yuffie, can I? Kate Sith would be a good roll. If I could get Kate Sith, it would be fine. Or even Vincent might be good. But like, Tifa Barrett, no materia, not going well. Vincent's limits usually suck, but in a fight where you can't use materia and you can't do anything other than attack, Vincent's limit is amazing. So Vincent would be a pretty good pull for Wutai. Especially because if you do decide to grind out his limit breaks, the later ones are actually really strong. They're just usually not super viable because you want to be able to control your character, but in Wutai, in a challenge where I can't use items, I'm literally just sitting there attacking, so it's incredibly useful to have Vincent. Magic Breath might be a good idea, now that I actually have enemy skill, I can get it. I might try it. And yeah, actually, Bad Breath would be good to get too. I'm lucky that I drew enemy skill. Probably get both of them right now. I love watching Kajata in ×2, it's pretty great. Imagine the Icicle battle in the remake. I want to see that 8K Icicle graphics. Wow, you one-upped me with the 16K Icicle graphics. Yo, Hoppy, thank you so much for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. Can I get some foam fingers in the chat? For our brand new friend, Hoppy, thanks so much for this sub. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks, Hoppy. Hey, I totally get that poor student vibe. I feel you on that one. I appreciate the support. Especially since you're a poor student. Thank God I have the fire bangle. Because otherwise I probably would have just gotten destroyed. I don't even know what... Can this guy be hurt by everything, or what? I guess so. Alright. Now comes the tricky part. I have to get Bad Breath without a ribbon. Which could be scary. Also, I don't have Barrett alive, and I wish I did. God dang, he just does a lot of damage on his own. Good lord. Whee! Yeah, this is why... this is why Malboro sucks. Yeah, that went well. That went real well. Yo, Anonymous gifted a sub to Tot. Tot, welcome to the crew, my man. Brand new sub. Enjoy the beautiful emotes and the materia badge. I think I'm gonna need everyone alive for this. How come his attacks don't break sleep or confusion? Because they're magic. His frozen breath attack counts as magic, so it doesn't wake you up. No, not the crit slap. Critical slap. This part is near impossible at 4 times speed. I did it in 3 times speed. It was pretty hard there. Never tried 4 times speed. This part and the safe were pretty difficult in times 3. I found a way to get Tifa. Yeah, I just put her in my party. It's pretty easy. When I was a kid, I always changed my menu color to like the same red and black. And then sometimes for these challenges, I'll change them to goofy colors. But I've played the game without changing them before. When I do recording for the videos, I always keep it as blue, so it all looks coherent. I did not want to go up. Purple and black, that does sound cool. Yo, Karina! Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate that a lot. Welcome to the crew. We got some phone fingers in the chat for our brand new friend. Give me that big Marlboro boy. Big cigarette boy. Where's cigarette boy? I think if I make this into a mod, I might have the option to remove throw completely because you're not really allowed to use it. Or maybe I could let people use it, but for my challenge specifically, I'd throw it out. And I think I'd also have like a setting that said like, give me a restore materia always or something. For someone that didn't want to be as extreme, because man, when you don't get restore, it gets tough. Throws a random thing instead. Thanks, Jacob, for the 59 bits. I've never had this much trouble getting a Malboro to spawn. They're like super common right here. I don't really need bad breath, but it'd be nice to have just for why not. Actually, bad breath is kind of nice because I can poison stuff. There he is. I can poison stuff without having poison materia. No! God, he does so much damage. Alright, let's just hope one of those go through. Okay, well, obviously the comet isn't, because Barret's a frog. Come on, Cloud, wake up! Well, I don't know if we can get bad breath. It's gonna be a struggle. I'm gonna try to put him in the back row and see if he can survive long enough. But sleep lasts a while, so I'm not sure it's gonna happen. The throw materia throws throw materia. That'd be cool. Can you just climb? What are you doing? It'd be funny if there was no cap to the degrees you could do. Like, if you hit the button fast enough, you could just go up to like 99 degrees. I just gotta hope that everybody survives, and then he doesn't attack Cloud too much. Ooh, Big Guard's a good idea too. Although it's not gonna last very long. But if I could pull it off right before Bad Breath, it might actually help. The haste, actually, the haste will help, because I think haste will make me wake up quicker. Because I think it's ATB based. Most things are in this game. That's actually a really good idea. I'm trying, I'm trying! Where's my smoky boy? Nah, White Wind will never go off. I mean, it will when he wakes up, but my hope is that when he wakes up, I can just one-shot him. But yeah, like, the white wind won't go off until he wakes up, anyways. How much health do Malbros have? I need to make sure I get the one shot off, like, when it goes on, when I want it to. They have 4,400. Enough, yeah. I knew they had a lot. That's actually more than I thought. Assuming they made Final Fantasy VII in a 3-part movie trilogy and the script and the fact that big companies wouldn't be able to make it into a good film, who would you want to cast as each person? Miley Cyrus for everybody. I want to see Miley Cyrus play Genova and Barrett in the same movie. That would be the ultimate movie. Yeah, I'm probably not a good person to ask. I don't know many actors. Man, there'd be some funny ones, though. Could you imagine if, like, if some super well-known actor played Cloud? Jim Carrey. Hey, thanks, Cheddar Pineapple. Appreciate that a lot. Glad you could finally take down Ruby and Emerald and avenge your childhood. Danny DeVito is Palmer. Yes. I was thinking, what's his name? I can never remember his name. Because it's such a weird name. Benedict Cumberbatch? I was thinking Benedict Cumberbatch for Cloud. What do you think? Perfect? Perfect, casting? Actually, you know what's funny? I feel like Keanu Reeves would be a really good Cloud. Like, just that, like, dry sense of humor and, like, doesn't show much emotion for anything. Like, I think it could work. I think Keanu Reeves could totally work for Cloud. But we need some, like, really high energy character for Tifa to, like, totally ruin it. Not even Angelina Jolie. Have, like, I don't know, some super hyper woman actor. Emma Watson. Well, could you imagine, like, Keanu just going around, like, saying Cloud's lines? Good lord, that'd be hilarious. Nicki Minaj. Perfect. Nicolas Cage as Sephiroth. Man, that could work too. He has that weird vibe to him. Like imagine, like, Nicolas Cage from one of his more weird movies. Would be like a perfect Sephiroth. That could be great. You know what else would actually be funny, though? Although, like, physically it wouldn't match very well? Nicolas Cage as Barrett. Because could you imagine, like, the beginning of the game where he's talking about Shinra and all the different conspiracies? Could you imagine, like, Nicolas Cage talking about Shinra conspiracies? He'd be like, perfect. They're killing the planet. They're killing the planet, Cloud. Sucking the lifeblood from the planet. I don't know why I can't get a goddamn Smoky Boy to spawn. Finally. Don't attack Cloud. I need Cloud alive. Yeah, bad breath ain't happening. They finally woke up. Too late. It could have maybe happened if he wouldn't have attacked Cloud twice. This could maybe happen if he doesn't attack Cloud twice, but it's not worth the effort. Alright. Did I get the chest already? I think I did. But I think Cloud is also getting silenced, so I'd have to perfectly set it up to where he was almost dead and then Clim Hazard and hope for the best. And I didn't even get enough time that time to get him close enough to death. He cast Bad Breath like right away. So he would have to wait several turns to cast Bad Breath, and then once he cast Bad Breath, he'd have to not attack Cloud. And then it'd be possible. Russell Crowe is Vincent. Okay, we got it. Couldn't remember if I did that after or before saving. I tell you what, Final Fantasy VII would not make a good movie. It would not make a good movie. It's way too, like, random. The places are too different. They wouldn't be able to film all the locations. They'd have to meld a bunch of stuff together and it wouldn't make any sense. Ryan Reynolds is Kate Sith. He could do a Kate Sith. He could do a Reeve. I could see it. These things are terrifying. I don't want any part of them. We don't have steel materia, do we? That sucks. I could get dragon armlets here, but I don't have steel. I also can't get the protect ring, because I don't have steel. That stinks. Yeah, I could imagine him doing an Irish accent. No, we don't re-roll when we backtrack. So if there's anything I want to do that I can't do now, I could backtrack to it if I wanted. Alright, this fight should be pretty doable, seeing as though we rolled amazing. Wow. Good start. What the heck was that garbage? Aqualung works. I don't think Magic Breath works because it has fire. Holy cow, that damage. Cloud is on a rampage. No! It's all up to you, Cloud. As long as you can survive the final attacks, you should be fine, but I don't know if you can. Dennis Leary is Red 13. What if they, like, didn't animate Red 13 and he was just, like, a person? That'd be interesting. I need to take out the right head. Because the left head's the one healing me. Holy! Okay. That head isn't dead? Are you sure? I feel like he's probably dead. I guess not. Good old Nailbat, dude. Nailbat crit. Conan O'Brien as Rufus. That's an idea. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dio. I can get down with that. Hulk Hogan as the president. How are you not dead yet? Good lord! I forgot how much life this boss has. This kid was a jerk. I gotta be careful too, because I can't kill him while I'm hurt. Oh god, I killed him while I'm hurt. Don't die! Oh! That was so lucky. Cloud lives. You know, to be honest, I feel like Barret can't be somebody who, I don't know, like, I don't think Barret can be like The Rock. No fights, no fights, no fights, no fights, no fights. I might have actually been, actually, I 100% would have died if I got into a fight there, I think. If it was a dragon, I was probably just dead. So, good thing that didn't happen. Like, I don't feel like Barrett can be like Terry Crews or The Rock, because there's so much sadness in Barrett's story. It's like Barrett's story is super emotional. You gotta get someone that like can convey that emotion well. I mean, it's not like The Rock can't do it, but The Rock's better at like goofy roles that are like, you know, way over the top. Barrett's a tragedy character for sure. The Rock can be rude. That'd be good. Kevin Hart is Barrett. He's not tall enough. Barrett's too big. Kevin Hart. It's like the opposite. What's the worst casting possible? Oh god. This guy creeps me out. He also has an attack called Moon Wars. It's probably one of the strangest attacks. Moon Wars. He literally just punches you. Shia LaBeouf is Barrett. Who plays that guy? Who's gonna play that enemy in the movie? The Big Show? Will Smith. Will Smith could be that guy. John Cena. I think John Cena should be Genova. What do you think? Every time Sephiroth like throws down a piece of Genova, it just starts playing the music. Ba ba da ba. You're just like, ah, another Genova fight. I can hear the music already. Alright. This fight, this equipment is for Genova, so if we get Fire Ring or Fire Armlet, we win. Otherwise, it'll be scary, but we should be okay as long as we have some kind of healing. If we don't draw healing here, it's gonna be big struggle. Wow, I actually got Barrett and Tifa again. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't know how I feel about that. Mithril Saber. Not a good start. We're not starting off hot. Gatling gun. Oh god. This isn't looking good. Grand glove. I mean, that's not the worst. Alright, come on. Big money. We need big money. We need fire armlet. We need something good. Wizard bracelet. Something. Titan bangle. Oh my god. Oh wait, no. 11, including Wizard Bracelet, would be Aurora. So that's good, but not Fire Bracelet, but it's still good. Platinum. 4 slots. Come on, Fire Ring. Come on, Fire Ring. Yes, we got it. First roll. Thank God, this was looking really bad. Hypno Crown, useless. Protect Vest, pretty useless. We now have exactly 40 materia. Oh boy. No, I already did the roll for PHS. And I got Tifa and Barrett again. So. Three, 17, 28, 27, 16, 10. Oops, I did Tifa first on accident. This happens a lot because when I hit page up and page down, sometimes it double inputs because of the ×2 speed. It thinks I'm pressing it like twice. Sometimes I don't realize I'm on the wrong person. So that's Cloud. And then this is Barrett. What's up, MJ? Okay, what number was heal? That was 10, right? So 8, 11. Nice, we got restore. Thank goodness. 4, 2. We got Comet. 32. Alexander. 22 more. Luck plus, cover, earth, death blow. So we did pretty good. We got Alexander and Comet on Tifa. We got restore on Barrett, and we have a fire ring on Cloud. So we're doing business. Yo, the best Twitch. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that a lot. Enjoy your emotes and that beautiful badge. Welcome back, Arco. How's your day going? Hope you're having a good day. There's no reason to organize the items when I randomize because it's still random. Like, it's still random no matter what where they are on the list. So, like, either way you slice it, it's still going to be random. It's just going to be a different random if you organize them, but that just wastes time. I still have just the same amount of chance to get Buster Sword as anything else. Also, this part on ×3 was terrible, but ×2 it won't be too bad. I do it for the materia because materia you can actually have an empty slot, so it would be hard to. I would keep landing on empty spots if I didn't arrange the materia. But equipment, it doesn't make an empty slot, so I don't have to organize it. Does that make sense? Like if I didn't organize my materia, then I'd be like, okay, I rolled a 2, and then be like, oh, that's empty, and then, oh, I rolled a 4, and then, oh, that's empty, and then it would take forever. But with equipment, it always, like, there's no empty spots. Even though they're unorganized, there's no empty spots. So if I roll a random number, it's going to be random. Conor McGregor is Reno. Maybe we should just make a Final Fantasy VII that's solely based on, like, fighters. Like Ronda Rousey is Tifa. Conor McGregor is Reno. Kane is Sephiroth. Or maybe Undertaker could be Sephiroth. Billy Bob Thornton as Rufus. Yeah, there's definitely some alternate ways you could do this. You could have it like every time you use an equipment, it goes on like a cooldown list until you've used every equipment once. That way you don't roll like, you know, Buster Sword 5 times. Or you could do it like I'm doing, where it's just completely random each time. That's what's kind of nice about this challenge. There's lots of different ways you could do it. Vince McMahon is President Shinra. That could be the best one yet. That's so perfect. The Miz. The Miz is Cloud. Seems right. I don't know how much damage Kajata's gonna do. I don't think Genova is fire. She just uses fire. I don't think she counts as fire. So that's good. No, we haven't actually talked about the PS5 yet. But honestly, I just feel like there's not much to talk about, because there's not much detail yet, and we don't know how much of it's going to be true or not. I mean, we know it's going to be, like, it's a reliable source, but you never know what changes in the future. It's so far away that it's like, you know, anything could happen, I feel still. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, some details came out for the PS5. They said it's coming out. They don't have a release date. They just said not 2019. They said it's going to have ray scanning. They said it's going to have a solid-state drive standard. And it's a solid-state drive that's specifically made for the PlayStation. And it's supposed to lower load times by 19 times. So basically, no load times. Also, Barrett has 1 HP. They said it's going to have a disk drive, but they also said it's going to be very digital oriented, so that worries me. I almost feel like all the games are going to be digital, and that would make me incredibly sad. They said it's backwards compatible with the PS4, which is cool. They haven't said if it's backwards compatible with anything else yet, but it is backwards compatible with the 4, which is really nice. Oh, that's not what I read. I read that they said for sure disk drive, but they didn't say if PlayStation 5s would be... They didn't say if PlayStation 5 games were going to be disc, but they said there's going to be a disk drive. So, like, the disk drive might just be for PS4 games, and all PS5 games might be digital. But who knows? I feel like... I don't think it's going to be all digital, because pre-orders are still so common. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like physical media is still popular enough, but... Hopefully they don't keep going down the train of everything's digital, and only if you pre-order digitally will you get stuff, and all that stuff. But we'll see. And yeah, they said that the VR system that is currently in place will work for the PS5. You don't need to get a new one, which is cool for VR fans. And that's really about it. They showed some specs, but I don't know if the specs are like 100% solid in stone, and I also don't really know what the specs mean. It's hard to tell on a console. Like, you really just have to play it to know how well it's being utilized. But yeah. I would say that the big news is... Oh, and it's supposed to go up to 8K, which people are saying, like, okay, but does it run 60 FPS? Because we don't give a crap about 8K. What we really want is 4K and 60 FPS, which we don't have. We have games that are 4K that run in like 30, and we have games in 1080 that run at like 58. Like, we just want a solid 60. I don't care what the resolution is, just give us a solid 60 FPS. That's all that matters. But they didn't say anything about that. They just said, oh, it could be 8K. Like, okay, no one cares. But we just, like, who cares if it's 8K if it's running at 20 FPS? So, and nothing, like, even is 8K yet. Nothing supports 8K, so no one cares about 8K. All I want to do is I want to hear them say there's a solid lock on 60 FPS for all games. That's what I want to hear. That would be amazing. But it's probably not going to happen. It's probably still going to be, oh, well, Kingdom Hearts 3 is 30 FPS on the PlayStation for whatever dumb reason. Just stupid. But yeah. Big news is backwards compatible with the PS4. Has a disk drive. Has a solid state that apparently runs 19 times faster. And I think they're looking at a price point that's reasonable. It sounds like it's going to be like a PS4 type price point. So, cool news. Oops. Cool news, but I'm not like, you know, going crazy or anything because they're not even going to E3, so we're not going to see anything there. And it's not 2019, so I won't get excited until like December. That's what's kind of weird to me. Like, the way that technology is going so fast, how can they say what the specs are if it's not even releasing in 2019? Like, they're not going to give it better specs between now and 2019 or 2020? Like, that doesn't seem reasonable to me. I feel like they're definitely going to change it between now and then because better stuff's going to come out. I feel like they're just flaunting. Like, oh, you know, we got this 8K console in the works. They're just flaunting stuff. It's not anything that we care about. I want to see the console. I want to see 60 FPS. I want to see what it actually looks like. And I want a release date that's not sometime after 2019. Like, they didn't even say 2020. They just said not 2019. So, okay, when are we getting it then? 2021? Yeah, I guess that's true. Do you have the randomizer set so it can roll the currently equipped weapon? Yeah. Yeah, it's based on the list of everything I own. So I've had times where I had the Buster Sword and I rolled the Buster Sword again. So yeah, that was a fun boss. That's what happens when you roll Fire Ring. If we hadn't rolled Fire Ring, that was going to be a really tough fight. It would have been really difficult to keep people alive. But we rolled the Fire Ring, so we're good.